You were going to the sheriff's station last time we left off. Mm-hmm. You are guided there. And you make it there, and they lead you into what looks to be basically a 1.5 room building, the half being a jail cell that no one currently resides in. You see they have a table that looks to have 4 chairs around it, just a square table, and then on the right side of the jail cell, there is also a desk where a man in chainmail sits there with his feet up. He's big, he's fat, and he's got a nice head of hair, though. Very handsome man otherwise. And he goes, "Oi, what you got for me, boys?" And
okay.
They will explain that according to Fickelstein, you fit the description of the wanted person.
I think there was some kind of mistake. I came down here out of politeness, but for some reason it seems that they have accused me of some crime, of that killer that I've been hearing people talk about.
What was that?
What you want to? You didn't hear anything I said?
You said something. You mumbled something at the end there.
That the people of the town has been talking about some killer from Mid-River.
Yes, a killer from Mid-River. Yes. You do. And you say you aren't that man?
Well, I say I'm not, but obviously that doesn't...
Are you still walking with the hunch?
Yeah.
Fickelstein will speak up and go, "That hunch is fake, my lord. He's faking it. He was just fine the other day in my establishment eating flapjacks like he couldn't resist them, as any man would. I appreciated the patronage, but when the news spread throughout the town that there was a serial killer, I remembered a man who fit that exact description.
Okay. Maybe you're confusing me with someone else, but I truly think this is some kind of mistake."
The large man from the desk looks up. "You're faking the hunch?"
No. I've been injured several times.
Boys, push on his back. And 2 men will push into your back, trying to straighten you out.
Not 20?
For your disguise, give me a strength check to hold your composure.
Come on, this is the...
Fuck! It's not a pass. As they push into your back, you're like, "Oh shit, there's 2 of them and they're pushing in," and you straighten out, straight up. A hunchback would never be able to do that. It would just physically cause them pain until they were unable.
Charisma check, to see if I can be able to play it off as a recent injury. I'm pretty roughed up at the moment, so I can
try to pretend they chiropracted you after you just said, "I've been this way all my life"?
No, I didn't say, I said been this way after an injury.
Oh, so you're trying to play off like it's a recent injury and they just fixed you?
No, I can kind of say it's painful and shit, because I recently got attacked by a hill giant.
So you're trying to act as though you're in pain because you're not hunching.
Correct.
Okay, give me a roll and make it above a 25.
20 plus 16.
A 30. Sheriff will look you up and down. You wince in pain. You say it's from a recent injury and you're in pain. How recent is this injury? The men let you straighten out.
Within the last week and a half, I've been doing work in the hills. As you can tell, they aren't really the most forgiving place.
What work have you been doing in the hills?
Gathering materials. But while I was there, I've been attacked by several beasts. I saw a wyvern as well. I think the town should be worried about that, but...
Who have you been working for specifically?
The witch over on no witch, the wizard, with the shop. Wendy, what was her name?
Wenrick.
Wenrick. Thank you.
Sorry, not Wenrick. Winry.
Wenry. Sorry.
Close enough. Well, I messed that up too, but it's okay. You've been working for Winry. Doing what?
Trying to gather materials for her.
I suppose we should ask Wenry then, if your tales are true. And,
Sure, do you have anywhere I can sit?
They will send for her. You can sit down at the table. He will gesture to you. Fickelstein, the guards, one other guardsman, and the sheriff are all in this room with you. They will go get Wenry. He will continue to ask you questions while they do. Where are you from?
I'm from Luketon.
And your occupation there was...
Well, I was from there, but I didn't really have... I just did odd jobs. As you can see, I'm not very well off. Mainly minor stuff here and there. Whatever work I could find.
And what... Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you can go ahead, it's fine.
What brought you to Mon Mill?
Well, mainly work. It's, as you can tell, it's, as you know, it's a small town. Mon Mill, I can find some more opportunity. I bit off a little bit more than I can chew with Winry's work, but it's still much better living than I can make.
And you're working for Winry, collecting ingredients with an injury.
Injury from collecting ingredients.
So you were recently injured into being a hunchback.
Well, I guess it's hunched at the moment, but I don't know if this will be long term.
Interesting. And in Luketon, you were an odd jobs man as well. Say, how's the sheriff doing in Luketon? What's his name again?
I lived nearby in a hovel, so I never had any trouble with the law, so I never really had any interaction with him.
And your local sheriff's name, then? Each village has a sheriff, if I'm not mistaken, as well. A man to keep the law, although not as full-time as the one in Luketon. Oh, and what was the name of your village?
Cartography. Like, I could actually probably know that. Can I do a cartography check?
Yeah, give me your intelligence.
Oof.
You rattle off the name of a small village named Jacobstown. Jacobstown. Yes, the sheriff there. What's his name?
Even if I rolled a 20, I wouldn't know this, correct?
No, you can't roll a 20 to garner information.
I would never know. I don't remember. I left there a long time ago. I typically just wander and find work.
Interesting. Interesting. You don't know the name of the town you're from's sheriff. Where were you from before that, then, if you wander? How far have you wandered?
I'm not really sure where my mother was from, but just here and there, town to town. She worked in bars.
Town, here and there. I see. You're a vagabond.
Yeah, not really any place to call my home, but...
And if we were to pull someone from Mid-River here to identify you, they would say you aren't this man, Sebastian, serial killer, killed his own friend, and then slayed an innocent bystander in a pub, ran off into the wilderness, found a village, skewered a man, stole a horse, an old man but a father nonetheless, widowing a woman and leaving a child without a father for the rest of their lives.
Quick question. Hypothetically, a medium-sized murder spree. How far would the news spread typically?
That's a pretty big murder spree. 3 people dying all in succession is not allowed for this time and age, especially in a town. Now, if a couple people die and disappear out in the wilderness, that's one thing, right? But you skewered a guy in his barn and made a public scene of murdering 2 people. That is news that will spread far and wide. That there is.
No, I'm saying like hypothetically Kendall Home or Shell or the Shield Helm.
So yeah, it wouldn't spread all the way to Shieldhelm or Kendallholm. This is like kingdom politics. So I'll circle the kingdom of Southumberland. It'll probably spread in. Sorry, I meant to circle Wakeport, and Finfast, but there's a rough circle of Southumberland. It'll probably spread all throughout there, with the exception being. Let me move. God damn it. Okay, we're gonna move you guys back in a sec. With the
ocean.
With the exception being Elred's also all the way down in the forest.
My horse is really a seahorse.
The exception being that Mon Moor is a pretty large city. You might be able to blend there, you'd figure, but it's up for grabs whether or not someone can identify you there or not. It's just easier to hide than it would be in a town like Monmill, Monmark, Monthorst, or South Van, Luketon, Mid-River. Barrowwood, Finfast, and Wakeport may be a little easier, although they have higher security in town. So.
Okay, charisma check. Can I strongman my way? Like, absolutely. Yes, that would clear me up completely. Sure. Like, at least, like, try to at least kind
sure.
of.
You can say
like,
confident.
At least, be so confident in that fact that it would kind of question what he was thinking. At least that's what, at least,
And your name was again? Sorry, I don't think I.
Aaron.
Aaron. Okay. Well, it does seem like you're certain that they would, so I should send a letter as soon as possible, or a rider. It should take the rider. Oh, not but a whole day to get there and back with someone.
I thought it was okay.
On a horse? It's not 2 days.
2 days, because night.
This is a little more than a day without a horse through the plains, but...
that morning, he'd get there at night, then I would have to...
But by this time, Wenry will show up, and she'll be like, Aaron, why are you hunched? As she enters the door.
I was hunched when I got there.
You were not.
Fuck.
You specifically said you look like you normally do, but a little dirtier, I believe, was your description.
I did, I actually, yeah.
Yeah. Why are you hunched, Aaron? And why is all this business with the law? You're just an innocent worker bee, are you not?
Correct.
Then why are you hunching? All night we spent the night together and you were just fine.
Fuck.
They give you an eye as she says you spent the night together with an 80-year-old woman?
Working around her house. I call that...
Slowly, but somewhat skeptical of you spending the night with a woman alone in her home and doing nothing. The sheriff speaks up. So, Aaron, excuse me, you lied about your hunch. For what reason did you break our trust? It's okay, come clean, my boy. If you tell us the truth, I'm sure you won't be in too much trouble.
Well, in all honesty, I was afraid of after being accused of murder, in a town that I'd be pinned for it, as it were. This man seems pretty confident, but if you're sending someone here to, you know, to identify me, fine. I'll wait in the jail for the night. I'll wait for this man to come.
So you still claim
tomorrow
to
morning?
not be Sebastian?
Yes, perfectly. Perfectly am. I will stay in the jail for the night, if that would make you more comfortable.
So be it.
By the way, I was talking earlier. I said, I want to stash something. Then my mom called me over.
Okay.
I was trying to say earlier, I tried to stash a lockpick in my boot.
Give me a dex check to try that.
When they're walking me over, I'm sure dex check.
Or even a pickpockets might be more appropriate. No, we'll just stick with dex, I think. You stick a lockpick in your boot. Floki, please. Oh, my lord. Okay. He's decided to walk on the computer and rub himself against the monitor. Okay. I have a cat sitting on my stuff, but I will try to keep things going. He will gesture to the cell. He'll be like, well, why don't you?
Yep. I walk over and I sit down in the cell.
And if you could hand us your things. Looks to specifically your bastard sword more than anything else.
Sure. I hand him my bastard sword.
He picks it up, puts it on his desk. Well, it'll be a long night, but
I start in my spare time. I'm just like sketching.
Okay. You begin to sketch a new painting on a piece of parchment. They will lock the cell. One of the guards will walk away. The other will stay with the sheriff. Wenry will exclaim for a little bit that he can't possibly be a murderer. He spent all night with me. They raise eyebrows again. And did nothing but massage my wonderful feet. They look to you. She looks to you. It's true. He's a wonderful foot masseur. You should try it yourself. He cleaned my cupboards and everything. To no avail. You will not be released. She will eventually give up and go tend to her shop. Fickelstein as well has left. He left earlier with that first guard. But you are in the cell. It will turn.
They just took my bastard sword? Or are we declaring that's all they took from my bag?
They took your bastard sword, and they didn't take anything else, no. They took any other weapons that were visible. Do you have any other weapons?
I have a bow.
They'll take your short bow, yeah. And they will place it as well on the desk.
Okay, so it's just the one guard?
It's the sheriff and the guard. The sheriff at his desk, the guard at that table. They have light conversation with each other about the ongoings.
I interrupt. Can I get some food after an hour?
Stay in an inn or tavern.
Well, I haven't eaten all morning. All afternoon, I mean.
All right. The sheriff opens the door and yells out, a copper piece for whoever brings this man a food, and we'll pay for the food. And he'll yell out the window, and someone comes around with some stew, and they will hand you to the stew through the bars.
It'll take one full day, though, for them to leave and bring someone back, correct? Like 24 hours, or this will take a day and a half, or how long will this take?
I will do the exact calculation. Give me a second.
What time did I get caught?
This fast. You woke up. You were shopping, probably like early morning. Late morning, maybe, at most. 2.5. Yeah, it'll be pretty quick. Yeah, it'll be around tomorrow morning, before the market encounter today, equivalent time.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, hypothetically at midnight. Okay. So I'll wait till evening, just putting around in the cell.
Okay, it gets to evening. They continue to sit here in the sheriff's station. Two of them have light.
The sheriff doesn't leave after being there all morning and evening?
Nope. He does rest his eyes, though, and he will begin to drift off to sleep in his chair. The guardsman and him will shift watches. You get the feeling, because they say, first watch, and the guardsman will nod.
So is there any cover within the cell?
Cover?
Is it just, you said it was 2 rooms? Is the cell in a different room, or is it like the same, or is it just like an outlet in the room?
There's a bench to sit on. It's an outlet in the room. It's basically, there's the bars that are the only thing of separation between you and these 2 men. Otherwise, it's pretty much just a single room that's been given bars. It's got a little more space tacked onto the building because of that, but it's not much.
Okay.
There's no like jailhouse window either. It's just like a wall.
I try to do my move silently.
Okay.
While the sheriff's asleep.
All right.
Pacing around my little hovel.
Try to quiet your steps.
I am not. I'm just bounding around. Fuck.
The light from their candlestick holders shines moderately brightly, illuminating the room.
Was that move silently, or was that move in darkness? I didn't declare. You declared.
You said move.
Cool.
I want to try and pace silently.
Okay.
There is no real shadows to hide in this building.
Okay. So is the guy paying attention to me? Is he facing me, or is he like facing the wall or something?
You're likely in just his peripheral. He's kind of scanning the room every once in a while, but he mostly sits there, plays with his spear a little bit, looks around, sighs, looks up to the building, at the top of the building, looks to you once in a while, shifting.
It's been a couple hours. I ask him, hey, could you give me some water?
You're fine. You had your stew. Go to sleep.
Alright, fine.
What do you do?
Is there any, I wait another hour, is there any moment where he's like dozing off or not paying attention, or there's no distraction in town, nothing like that?
He's not dozing off, but he's not paying like specific attention to you. He looks over every once in a while. You can't tell when he's going to, but he'll like look over, make sure everything's all right, and then look back at the wall or look at the ceiling. And takes out a pack of cards, starts shuffling it.
I tried, okay. There's a gate on the door. From the window, what can I see?
There is no window.
Oh, it's just the cell? Fuck.
Like I said, it's just 2 walls and the 2 barred walls, basically. The 2 barred passages? I don't, whatever you call 2 cell bars covering the other parts.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I will try to pick the lock when I think he's distracted. Okay, how about this? Within the next hour, I'm waiting. Is there any another distraction? At this point, it's been another 2 hours. There's nothing in town, nothing. There's no distraction at all.
There's no distraction for this man. You go to pick the lock.
Yeah.
Give me your lock-picking check.
Be 55.
Okay.
That's a D20. That's a D20.
Oh. To say that was a good roll.
That is a success as well.
Okay, you pass, but as you do, he looks over at you, picking the lock, and goes, "What are you doing?" He passed his perception check. Yep. He will look at you and.
Okay, can I immediately try to? I guess I can't really soundly strangle him without waking him up, right? Waking the other guy up. Fuck. I mean, like, okay, if I try to jump at him, cover his mouth, and try to choke him out, I mean, dexterity check to see if I can make it, or would this just be like, it's impossible?
Nahom, I think we know what this music means. Roll initiative as you click the bars open with your lockpicks. He goes for his spear. Yep.
What do you roll?
A 2. He goes first. He yells, "Barrick! We gotta break out. Must be him." Barrick will rise from his slumber. He won't go this round, but he will go next round. He goes in with his spear to stab at you. with an 11 to hit.
Miss.
A miss as he goes in to stab through the bars. You duck out of the way, pulling your lockpicks out just in time. It is your turn as you are faced with this guard. He's got studded leather.
Would I be able to still grab my sword and attack the guy who's just waking up?
You'd have to take an opportunity attack because you're in the cell. This guy's between you and that desk to the right.
But the guy's still like waking up. He's not like fully. I mean, like it would be prone attack, or would this still be like straight up just roll?
I'd give you like a +1 to hit for like dazed, basically. It's not stunned. But you can't reach that sword without getting through this guy first, most likely.
Okay, I try it.
You try to run past him?
Should I run past him, grab my sword, and...
He rolls a 9, which is not a hit. As he goes to stab at you, you duck out of the way, weave towards your sword, you grab your bastard sword, and?
I two-handed. I attempt to attack the sheriff who is now prone.
He's got his chainmail on, but that will hit through it. As you take your bastard sword, you swing it at him for only 6 damage.
Fuck.
It does not bring him down. Give me a second. As you drive the bastard sword through his shoulder, he gives a wail, a blood-curdling scream. Let's see. There we go. And they will go. The guardsman will come up behind you with his spear with a 15 to hit.
My AC is a 5, so I think it's a hit.
Okay. You're not wearing your chain? They didn't take your mail from you.
Oh, they didn't take it?
No.
Oh.
They only took your weapons.
Okay, then that's not a hit then.
Okay. The other man will pick up his short sword from his side and go and try and pierce you. He looks to be more proficient than the guardsman, but he rolls a natural 1. Save versus death. He fails that. He goes to stab you with his short sword. Will trip over his own 2 hands as a stray cat runs through the through the battle, making him trip up thematically, as my cat does the same. And he will plop his short sword behind you and look to his hands, kind of upset, a little confused. It is your turn. What do you do?
I get 2 attacks this round because of my specialization. I will first attack. Is he on the floor?
No, he tripped over you and basically dropped his short sword.
Okay, another attack on him. AC 11, I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yep, so just for the chat, that's the rolling down version,
4.
So that is actually a 6. And an AC of 4? Is that your second attack? It doesn't come until the end of the round, so make sure not to roll that until then.
No, but I go at, like, this is the end of the round, right? Because I go second. I go after them, so this is
this is your second round with the bastard sword, isn't it? Sure, okay.
Yeah.
Who are you hitting?
Same guy.
AC of 4.
AC of 4 or lower.
Let me just make sure that hits him. Make sure this guy isn't crazy dexterous. No, he's not. Okay, that hits. Through his chainmail.
Okay. 6 again? It's the exact same roll!
Another 6 damage as you slash through his gut. He will fall to the ground. The other man will yell, "Barrack!" And then he'll scream, "Help! Help!" So my cat is alerted because I have just screamed help. He's like, "What the fuck is going on? Why are you screaming help?"
Yeah, after his attack, just do his attack roll, and I'll make my decision.
The guardsman will stab at your back with a natural 20. Come on, have we been doing crits? I think we have.
We have been. I will.
Didn't I warn you before that this would come to bite you in the ass?
It would bite me in the
As
ass.
it literally bites you in the ass.
So what is this? 4d8? I mean 2d8?
2d6.
2d6. Okay.
He does 6 damage as it rips through your side and your back.
First hit I've taken today.
I need to roll something else, but you can take your turn.
I grab my bow.
Okay.
Can I attack him then run?
You can attack and then run, but you'll take an opportunity attack. You gonna do it?
But if I disengage, he can follow me.
Potentially.
I made my decision. Is he wearing armor?
He is wearing studded leather.
Oh, so that's a. I think that's a hit still.
No, it is not.
Studded leather is 7 then, right?
7.
Okay. So at the end of this falling round, I get my to hit again.
Okay. Your second attack or what?
At the end of that, after he does his thing, I get.
I thought you were running.
Attack. Oh yeah, I am running. I forgot.
Yeah,
Jesus,
that's because if you run, you can't get your second attack against this dude.
Oh, I thought. Oh yeah, I guess so. When I get my second attack, then I sprint out.
Okay. You burst out through the door. You look around immediately as you would in any situation like this. He'll take his opportunity attack as you're running past. Does not hit you, guaranteed. It's only a 3, and he'll yell out, "Help! Help! He's a dangerous man. He's the serial killer from the north." And as you exit, you do spot, running probably 60 feet away from you, are 2 other guardsmen in studded leather, running, kind of heaving through the streets. They both have spears, and they're in your direction.
They see me yet?
They definitely see you.
Okay.
As the crowds of people, there's still people in the streets here and there at night. Hardly as many, but if they were in the center of the street, they've scattered to the side, making a path clear as they hear commotion like fighting.
How tough would it be to climb a building at this moment? How tall are they, by the way, first?
You're gonna use most of your movement climbing. You already ran 30 feet, right, out of the building, or are you not doing that?
No, I'm saying I'm just asking, like, how tall are the buildings?
So the sheriff's hut or station is only 1 floor, but there are taller buildings. Most of these buildings, though, are dwarf-sized.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Then I just use it to try to leave and turn a corner if I have enough movement for that.
So you go to run through a corner. You only have 30 feet, so you can get around the sheriff's station if you want, in the opposite direction of the men running after you.
Yep.
Okay. They will run to the.
Can I hide in shadows? Okay, once I'm around the corner, or that's not a thing I can do.
You'd probably need to get more distance from these people, is what I'm going to say.
Okay, that's fair.
They run up to the sheriff's station. They do not pursue you as of yet. It is your round.
Okay. While I'm running, I don my cloak just so I at least appear differently, and then I make a beeline to the stables. Once I get to the stables, I'm out of town.
You don't appear super differently putting on your cloak, but you make a beeline for the stables. It's on the opposite side of town, so you do have to pass that guard station, but you can take an alternative route if you want to take a
alternative route.
Okay. You weave towards that horse that you had stolen, and you will make it there. You mount your horse, but as you do, you see like 3 men coming up behind you. 2 with the spears, 1 with a bow.
Wait, they followed me?
They were going to the stables as well, unfortunately, as their plan was to go get horses, regroup and go get horses to track you down in the plains. But
you recognize me with,
went to the stables.
With a cloak on?
Yes, they recognize you with a cloak. You're a 6-foot brawler with big muscles.
Yeah, 5'10".
Pretty descript. You're not a nondescript person. They spot you. Roll me initiative again, as they go at 3. You tie.
So
the one
get on the horse and flee.
bow will take 2 shots at you. Does a 15 hit you from back? No. With back attack? Plus 2, 17? No?
Then no, still. It had to be 17? Wait, back attack is plus 2?
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, 1 bow hit does hit me then.
The bow shot pings into you for 5 damage as you're running away. You see them.
5?
Yes. It's a D6 like a spear.
Wait, no, wait. It's a D6?
Yeah.
I've been rolling it. Okay, never mind. I've been rolling the same thing. I was looking at my punches.
Yeah, short bows are D6, flight arrows. Sheaf arrows are D8 with long bows. You get shot for that 5 damage as an arrow pierces into your back. You go, oof!
How long did it take me to get across town, by the way?
It took you probably 5 minutes.
Oh, really? This is a small town.
If you're weaving through it. I'm not a small town. It doesn't take a long time to weave through town with this. They're built pretty close together. If you ever been downtown to a place?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, downtown isn't that big in a small, like, medium-sized town. But you got to remember this is...
Downtown for me is different.
Oh, yeah, because you live in a major hub. Where I'm from, there's only 20,000 people in the entire county, and, I could run through the downtown in a matter of 5 minutes, very easily. If I'm just running through it, not if I'm, if I'm stopping here and there, going to the shops or whatever. But if I just ducked through the middle of it, I could probably make it pretty quickly. If I'm a strong and able runner, which I believe Sebastian is.
Yep. Dexterous as fuck. Okay.
Yep.
I'm on my horse at this point, and
yes.
I'm bolting.
You do see them mount their horses, but you do get a quite a bit distance off. And now I'm going to ask you for a check you're probably not going to like. First off, what direction are you heading?
Towards the hills.
You're heading towards the hills. That'll be opposite of where you are now. You'll have to backtrack to go towards the hills, but you can do it.
Okay. It's D20 plus 11, right? Minus 4?
D20 plus 11, minus 4, yeah. If that's your wisdom.
Success.
You do succeed. Let's see how they do. If they keep pace where they are at. Jesus. One of the guardsmen rolls a natural 20, but his other 2 friends do not roll anything near that. They roll a 3 and a 5, plus their wisdom, which does not carry them far enough. The one will not split off. You quickly see they have lost you, although you do see you're leaving plenty of horse tracks as you look back. You manage to keep control of your horse, and speed is more what we're looking at rather than control. Keeping a hefty pace, and you do not see them again in your distance for about an hour. And then another hour goes by, you don't see them. You're in the hills.
Up 2, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, as warts, you can feel those warts form on your back where that bow shot into you, your most recent wound.
Okay, yeah, okay, so this Mon Moor is fucked. I mean, this whole entire area is kind of... I have to relocate at this point.
I gotta move!
No, I mean, at this point, I do have to relocate.
Might be wise.
Yeah. My goal at this point would be to... would tracks really... Well, yeah, I guess they would be. It doesn't matter. If they do have anyone tracking, they'd be able to find me.
Depends on the tracker. Where do you go?
Thinking at this point. Fuck. I'm thinking, what's the fastest way to get past Independence Pass? To get past there, I would have to go through Grey Watch and everything like that. Checkpoints and all, but they could find me.
You'd also have to go through the Spiderwood. With Spider Grove, excuse me. You could find a boat. You're aware Finfast and Wakeport have boats. South Van might have small fishing boats, but you doubt.
I would not have I would not have any proficiency in any of those.
In boating?
Not boating, but swimming.
Oh no, but you could ride on a boat. You are aware generally that there are boats that take people places. Where to go, you're not entirely sure, probably, but.
Okay. I'm going to beeline towards Wakeport.
You beeline towards the Mon Forest.
Is it dangerous there?
You'd be aware the hills you're in are far more dangerous. Especially at night.
So possible I can leave the hills now that I'm... Or am I too far into it that I can't... I'll be in the middle or something?
Those 2 hours, you're about right here. in the hills. I'm trying to get you like in between here, but you're basically like right on that intersection between the hexes.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could go this way. The hills are a little more treacherous when you ride, so you'll make less distance, but if you backtrack, you know, make it to about, right about here, per se.
Okay, right along the edge of the hill. Were I backtracking, or?
It depends where you go. If you go, I mean, you'd be backtracking a little bit, because you'd be kind of going out of the hills, but you wouldn't be going towards Mon Mill. You'd be going this way.
Would that trick them too? Because the tracks would follow back the same path and split off to different directions?
Depends on the tracker. It's not you trying to hide, so...
Yeah, I'm just running.
And you're not a tracker. You wouldn't know any of that. You don't know how tracks work.
Backtrack and, you know, make it over here.
Okay, you backtrack. You make it to this hex over here. And it is morning. You're tired because you stayed up. Do you sleep?
That is risky. That is super risky.
You'll start doing minuses if you don't sleep, by the way. That is...
For combat and shit? Okay,
for everything.
Fine.
-1 to everything. Every day you don't sleep. That's how I tend to play it.
How tired is the horse?
Ooh, this horse hasn't been run very far. It's tired from the sprint, but then you can take a trot this direction and this direction, where it's more of a fast pace, but not crazy. It probably could continue to the Mon at least, although it's going to have trouble navigating the forest. The woods are thick.
The Mon? Oh, the Mon Forest. I got you.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot. This is an Elred. I refer to that as the Mon in his campaign a lot. I'm just used to saying it, is why I don't say forest.
Yeah, because small murder here, then another murder here and a breakout. Over here and a breakout. This is definitely big news. Like, I have to relocate.
You have murdered or injured the sheriff. You've killed 3 people around Mid-River or in Mid-River. Attacking a sheriff enough is going to make the news. Who knows if he's alive or dead? You don't know how badly you wounded him. You also broke out of jail, which is news in itself.
So I know South Van and Wakeport are the only places I could find boats out.
South Van and Wakeport? No, not South Van. Finfast in Wakeport. South Van has boats, but they're probably just fishing boats, and you're not sure if you could book passage there. Just from your local knowledge of living here your whole life.
Okay. 15 gold has to be enough to get around somewhere. Okay. Well, I will still try to make full sprint to Wakeport. Not full sprint, trot to Wakeport.
Okay.
How far can I get during this day?
Your horse will tire around the end of the Mon, and you'll need to roll me a animal handling check to get it to keep going.
If it's tired, then I will try to rest in the forest.
You rest at the edge of the forest, in the forest, kind of hiding in the brush.
At this point, it's been several hours. Would I be up to full at this point? Let me change the question. Has it been 9 hours?
We'll say yeah. As you break into early, almost afternoon, making it here.
All right. I camp out right here.
Pass on down the calendar.
Right here. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go hang out with a friend.
No, Elred's not even there right now. I believe right now Elred is fighting a necromancer at South Van. So during this time frame.
But when he was passing through, he heard of a serial killer who murdered 3 and vague consequences for a sheriff.
I can tell you he hears about that in Mon Mill. He only hears about the serial killer part. I'll have to update him that he also heard of a man attacking a sheriff and the bounty increasing to 500 gold.
Shit,
rather
and I'll 500 gold for my bounty?
Of course. Serial killer. Bounty hunting is lucrative work.
How much is Ah, fuck!
You're
I
like,
never found out. I never got any information about the bag of holding.
you're like, can I turn myself in?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
Like
it's a terrible idea.
the idiot in the gang, I could turn myself in and make a mint. Like,
Dear.
yeah.
Anyway, you make it to that part of the forest and go to sleep. You sleep for 8 hours. You awaken at the edge of the Mon, undisturbed. Your horse also seems okay, rested.
Okay, I ride to Wakeport. Yeah.
Okay, it's a little slower going through these thick woods. This is not any forest to...
Could I ride along the edge? I'd still technically make it.
You'd still have to ride through the Mon, which would slow you down. I guess this would be quicker, going around. But you do eventually enter the Mon.
Okay.
So you quicken up your pace. And as you enter the Mon, what is this? Give me a moment. Yep, I'm gonna need a little more than a moment. What is your thought process as I go and address my my book?
It's gonna take me a long time to make my way back to Luketon.
Going back to Luketon?
Eventually.
For what?
Mithril.
Oh, you're going not Luketon, but the
Yeah, the tree.
yes, that has turned from something that was directly in your hands to something.
But like, I would have never made it out of there with the item in my hands, just based off of like my strength and shit. I guess I could probably do it now. Wait, does Thaco decrease my to hit?
No.
Okay, that's
That's your
okay.
2-hit armor class 0, not to avoid getting hit armor class 0. I'm trying to find this.
The warrior's skin gets thicker. It deflects bullets now.
Reroll because this is difficult to find. No, hold on. Do I have it? I don't have
You
it.
rolled a 100. The copper dragon.
I found it. Okay. Okay. You are running through this forest.
I have a quick question, just out of game. Who are they gonna bring over? Probably the blacksmith.
What are you gonna? What would you say?
Who are they gonna bring over to identify me?
Oh god. Who are they gonna bring over to identify you?
Who were before I murdered the guards?
Your friend Tammy.
Oh, so oh no, she would have hated. Oh no. Okay,
Well, you killed her best friend.
and lover.
Well, I didn't say they were lovers. Although
It was
did seem
heavily.
to be
It was
romantic.
heavily implied.
Tammy and you killed Topper, your friend, but her, closest companion since childhood. As you're walking through this forest, I'm gonna need a save versus spell as a heavy moss above you shoots spores down onto you.
Save for spell, that'd be D20, right? Just no modifiers or pluses. Do I have to roll high or low? Was the goal?
Below your save, which your save as a what level are you, thief?
I pass it no matter what it is.
What'd you get?
I'm a level 2 thief. I'm a level 3 thief.
Level 3 thief. That's still these spell is 15. The spores shot out at you. You see the moss kind of wiggles and wraiths above you. What do you do?
I ride away from it, then I try to shoot it with my bow.
You're riding away from it, and another moss that you did not see shoots out at you. Can I get another spell save as the spores go up your nose and you breathe them in? That's a fail. Sebastian, you fall unconscious off of your horse.
Does the horse pass its save?
Oh yeah, that's right. The horse can get hit. The horse also falls unconscious.
For convenience.
I should have done that the first time. It would have fallen unconscious both times because it rolled.
Oh, really?
It rolled a 16 twice, and that is not its spell save. Because it needs to roll.
Fuck.
Sorry. Wait, is it above? No, it's below. It's below.
Above what? Wait, do they get higher or lower as you level up?
They get lower, don't they? Yeah, they get
If it gets lower, then I have to roll above. But it wouldn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah, I think so.
Because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense.
Well, your spell save is 19. Yeah, it's above. I fucked it up. I flubbed it.
Okay, so moving forward, so we have to roll above it. Wait, it gets lower?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the chart for this, by the way?
I put it in the notes. You should be able to see it. Saving throws?
No. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay.
It's on.
Yeah, they get
Progressively lower.
as I level. Yeah. So.
My memory fades for me. So yeah. You need a 19 or better so you do fail the first one, right?
Yeah. So the first time I do get knocked.
Yes, so you do get knocked the first time. Only a flub saved you that first time. But so does. Well, actually, your horse passes now because it rolled a 16 and a 17.
Wait, do I keep riding on it, or do I fall off the saddle? Because I'm saddled at this point.
Yeah, I'll roll for the horse. You fall off.
Okay, fuck.
But the horse doesn't go on without you. It's not spooked by this necessarily. It's a very subtle attack. Sebastian, you wake up like an hour later. But wipe anything that happened from your memory for the last 24 hours. So the market, you remember Fickelstein coming up to you with the 2 guards, and you don't remember anything since then.
Oh, it's been 2 days.
Has it?
I left evening. You said I stayed up for a full day to the following
Yeah, because
morning.
you'd stayed up in the cell. I didn't say you stayed up a whole day in the plains.
No, but then I camped out here. Then it was the following morning. So it would have been 20.
Hold on.
It's been 24 hours since I left Monthoris.
It has not been 24 hours since you left Monthoris. Has it? Oh, you did sleep, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that is a very distinct difference.
When did you go to sleep, Monthoris? You went to sleep in the middle of the day. Hold on, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, sorry.
You went to sleep here. You woke up, and it was, I think, around probably afternoon. And then you ran over here, running this way. This probably took no time at all. It doesn't really matter. You don't remember your time in this area of the world, essentially.
But I remember being in Mon Mill.
You remember being in Mon Mill and fleeing Mon Mill. That would have been so much more fun had it actually worked out the way I thought it was going to.
I know, but that is so much
more
horrifying.
You're right, you did.
Right back.
You did fall asleep. I forgot you had slept that night. That's super fair.
I would have either been, okay, I was in prison at the time, and I remember being arrested, or I would have been, what's it called? If worst case scenario, I don't remember being in prison, and I would have went back.
You do wake up, though, not knowing where you are. You're in these woods. There's these 2, like, big oozing mosses from these trees above you. They look unnatural, sickly black. And they wither around on the tree, moving almost like they're alive.
I have another question. If I get hit again, is it 48 hours, or is it just another 24 hours?
It's a good question. Let me see if they will continue to attack you, if there's anything to say there.
Are these stacked? I mean, this is very deep implications. 'Cause hypothetically, you could continuously start throwing spores at a guy until he doesn't remember the day until he's an infant mentally.
No. Okay. You will get attacked by one of them. Give me another saving throw versus spell.
I haven't moved.
Yes. As soon as you wake up, it shoots spores. The second one that attacked you, will go after you. You pass. You see the thing shoot spores down at you. You don't feel any effects. And you're like, what the hell? Where am I? What is this?
I look around for more spores. Like a perception.
You only see the 2 above you, and they're not harming you. You're like, what are these things? And you don't remember what they did.
Oh yeah, I try to leave. I try to at least wander, I guess.
Okay.
I look where do I see my tracks? Do I see where I was walking?
You see horse hooves. You see your horse. Your horse looks around.
Well, I'll just ride straight then. I'll ride whatever direction I was going. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
You ride straight? What direction is straight?
Wherever the horse was pointing when I woke up. I guess wherever the tracks were leading to.
You were trying to run away from these things. You're entering this way. You came across him heading this direction, but there was a second one you were trying to run from. So let's give me a D2. On a 1, you were heading towards Wakeport. On a 2, you were heading this direction away from the spores, trying to get away. On a 2,
Yep.
you head this direction, and you begin taking your trek through the forest. You're lost, though. You don't know where you're going, so we're going to consider you lost in the highest sense of the word. You don't have a direction sense.
Do not.
You don't have
cartography.
a tracking. You have cartography, but cartography is when you're
Doesn't
reading a
work
map.
I know, but yeah, I guess so.
You're not reading a map. You wander through these woods for the rest of the day. You're heading this direction. You end up right about here, as it's hard to trek through these woods. It looks like it's nighttime. Do you sleep?
I keep going that direction until I find a town.
Okay. You're heading in that direction as a creature comes out of the woods. You see a female centaur. She's got long hair. She's wearing light loincloth on her top, nothing on her bottoms. She is a half horse, half man. But she is a woman.
Half woman.
And she picks up a spear, looks at you and goes, "Traveler, who are you? Why are you in these woods?"
To be completely honest, I don't remember. I just woke up here.
Yabalax. Very interesting.
I remember I was trying to find my way to Wakeport. And then I just woke up next to my horse.
Why do
in the
you
woods.
travel to the wooden city on the sea?
I wanted to buy passage. But now I don't know what I need. I want to buy passage, but I don't know where I am now. Are we far from Wakeport?
You have traveled towards South Van. You have gone the opposite direction of your destination, it appears, judging by your direction. I am Quivik. Hunter. She speaks up.
Nice to meet you, Quivik. My name is Steve. Steve,
you're lying to a centaur in the woods? Is that necessary, Sebastian?
I've never met centaurs,
okay.
And my instinct is to lie.
Okay. You lie to the centaur about your name. The centaur with no connection to humanity whatsoever. Okay.
Okay. Would it be possible for you to lead me, to Wakeport, or if I don't know if centaurs have boats of their own, or for me to buy passage from you?
We do not use boats. She gives a laugh.
This is the first time meeting a centaur.
I will lead you through the woods, traveler. Although you will waste my time hunting.
I don't know if you have value for money.
I do not wish for your metals. Follow me, she sighs, rolls her eyes, and she looks at your horse. Don't ride that thing in these woods. It will only slow you down. These trees are too thick.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess I didn't hear the middle part what you said.
They will only slow you down, is what she said, the horse.
Okay.
She pointed to it. Follow me. She strings her bow around her back, holsters her spear in her hand, and will lead you through the woods towards Wakeport. You got pretty far. It'll take you the rest of the day and then some to get there. It'll turn to night again as you get about pretty close. She'll be like, "We must rest. And this is where I leave you." She points in the direction of what you believe to be the city or the town.
You don't want to stay, have a chat, maybe? I've never met a centaur, not one as beautiful as you.
What do you wish to chat about, human?
I'm just interested in what your livelihood is like. I didn't know centaurs lived in the forest here.
I am Quivik. I hunt. I collect herbs and gather. I have a tribe, although I will not tell you their location.
Fair enough.
I am generally the guardian of my people.
Do you mind sitting for a moment? I'd like to sketch you. I've never seen a a centaur before.
Give me a charisma check. Instead of sitting, she goes, "If you wish to paint, artist, you better get a better angle," and she will stand proudly with her spear in hand and point it towards the sky, kind of posing for you.
I start sketching
Give us
as best I can. Artistic ability, right?
Yes, give us your first. I think this is your first artistic ability.
This is my first one.
Yep. You sketch a centaur.
Success.
It is a good painting. It's not great. It's not a masterpiece, but you do get the awe and majesty of this creature portrayed, not in the awe and majestic way you would have hoped, but in a satisfying way to you go like, this is a good painting. This is a good piece of art. Or drawing. Probably drawing. You take your chalk or graphite.
I show her the drawing.
She nods. It's accurate, if anything.
Oh, thank you, and I do appreciate your time.
Yes, yes, yes. I will be off then, human. Be careful in Wakeport. Dark times are happening there. Hello?
Yeah. Thank you. Then once she leaves, I'm just going to continue on to Wakeport.
Okay, you can make it there during the night. You see a large wooden wall surrounding the city with large wooden buildings peeking over it in some places. Not all of them, but a couple peek over the walls. As you get to the gate, you see a line of what looks to be 4 or 5 people waiting in front of the town guard. This is a walled town. I think this is the first walled town you've ever been to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I recognize any of them as the people chasing me?
No, you do not immediately recognize them as that. You can give me a perception check if you want to try and look them over and see. You don't think so. These look to be lumberjacks for the most part. You see a couple of them have large axes. One of them does carry a bow, but it doesn't look to be any of the town guard you'd recognize, at least. But they are being searched, it looks like, as they enter town, or at least questioned. You see the man pats another on the back, and you're like, are they being searched? And they don't do it again to the second person. Do you wait in this line?
Do I hear them?
You hear them talking?
No, about anything like of interest? Like the reason for the search?
You'll overhear, like, what did you see out there? And another person will be like, I saw this, this, and this. And then they let the person in, and the second person goes, and they ask them a similar question. What did you see out there? What's going on? Did you run into any? And he goes, nope, didn't. They look him over once more. Doesn't appear to be any issues. Continue.
Just continue with the search.
Okay, they will get to you. They'll go, The guardsman has a spear and studded leather armor, and you'll go, I don't recognize you.
Yes, I'm a traveler. I'm just trying to buy passage. I know this is the nearest port.
And you...
And
You're new here, though. Not one of our usual lumberers.
The first time I've been to Wakeport, but
You traveled through the woods?
Yeah. I thought that's the only way to get into town.
Generally, our visitors come by sea. Few can make it through the Mon successfully.
Well, I'm pretty strong, if I do say so myself. I was able to make it through with no provocation.
Only our wizard Elred and Mikey have been out here recently, besides our woodsmen. In fact, I think they traveled northeast recently. Do you Did you run into any fae folk?
Elves?
Yes, elves are fae creatures.
I've never met an elf in my life.
Any fae creatures? Anything of the fae?
Not that I'm aware of.
He will look at you. He'll be like, I am going to inspect you. Hold on a moment. And he will go to touch, not your packs or anything. He'll touch your face and, like, reach around, kind of rub your cheeks, kind of pull at your nose. Looks really me.
Okay, what was that about?
The elves can change their face or glamour themselves to make them appear different than they actually are. We are ensuring that none break in.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah. I guess if you have a conflict with the elves, better be safe than sorry.
Yes.
Am I free to
Dastardly
pass?
creatures have been kidnapping our lumberers, and they want access to our town in exchange? Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Alrighty then.
Go ahead.
Cool. Do you happen to know where I can get travel?
The docks?
No, but like specific anywhere I can charter a ship, or
The
I can find out
docks?
where the routes are. Okay.
He looks at you a little confused. Although it's
thinking,
late, I doubt most
travel
ships are
agency.
taking off till morning.
Okay, yeah, cool. I will head into town, and I'll just hang out in the stables for the night. I'll take a nap there.
They don't let you nap in the stables. There is a young boy who will go, "You can't sleep in the stables, mister!"
Young man, I'm just staying here till break of dawn. You mind if I just take a quick nap here?
1 silver.
Hold on. I throw him. I'll give you 6 copper.
Shakes his head angrily. He'll take the copper, though.
Okay.
Stupid foreigners.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, sure.
Foreign to him.
Yeah, I guess.
You are part of the more northern part of the kingdom than Wakeport. Just as what's up?
Continue. Have I developed a bond with this horse yet?
What do you mean a bond?
Did he recognize me as his owner, or a thief that killed his owner?
I don't know how to answer that. He's a riding horse. He struggles with many things when it comes to outside of riding.
Okay.
Not good at pulling and not good at combat. Mostly just good at being something to carry you faster to places. But you come to a problem. Not tonight. You wake up, and I assume you go to charter a ship.
Mm-hmm.
There is a dockside tavern that you're directed to. It is called the... give me just a second. The Salty Salmon is the seaside tavern. It is the largest tavern in town, really the only tavern. There are inns, but it's where everyone goes to mingle. You get to the Salty Salmon. You enter, you see various captains with captain's hats and sailors with little bandanas and other various striped shirts and things that might indicate they are sailors in your eyes. Long coats, boots, belts, and sabers, and scimitars, and rapiers. Most of them do not wear armor. You do notice that. There's not a lot of armored people, although you see a lot of rough and tumble folk. There's a barkeep.
Alright. Do I recognize anyone in the tavern?
No. Strangers to you. They look like sailing folk, though. Some of them do look like woodsmen as well, but very few.
Oh my god, 1 second. Yeah, so I asked the bartender, I was wondering if there was a ship leaving that would be able to accommodate me, if you knew of anyone who was leaving recently, to Tasselhoff.
Tasselhoff? Oh, I wouldn't go to Tasselhoff if I were you.
What's going on in Tasselhoff?
Oh, God. Have you ever heard of the Kender?
No.
Oh, they're small, childlike folk. They inhabit the Tasselhof.
All the same, I'm just seeking travel to the, instead of going through Independence Pass, I just was seeking travel across into the next kingdom. I thought this was really the only way.
I would head to Cordershoe if I were you. Or hell, shack up in Swenland and live there for the rest of your life. Just avoid Tasselhof. No one wants that. It's full of kender and gnomes and halflings. That's about the entire population. Few men, only the Lord.
Oh, this is like a specious fucking town. Okay. All right.
So you have heard rumors of the Kender. They're notorious for stealing and being very whimsical. With the gnomes, it's like the gnomes can be a little irritating to other races because of how much they tinker with things. They tend to destroy a lot of infrastructure with their tinkering. Other than that, the halflings are pretty accepted in society, but the gnomes are seen as sometimes dangerous when you put a tool in their hands. The halflings are fine, but the Kender are really only accepted in one place, and that's Tasselhof, although you haven't heard much more than that about them before today. Just heard that there's this race called the Kender. They're like childlike humanoids who are whimsical in steel.
All right. I said in Cordershoe. Do you know when the next ship is leaving?
There's plenty of captains here you could ask. I do have a schedule of ships. He looks at his schedule. The Rusty Bucket, a ship selling wares, does appear to be heading to Cordershoe to pick up some of the wool products, I believe, that the halflings provide. I doubt they're stopping there. Probably sailing all the way to Sandcastle and the Imperium eventually.
Oh, when does their ship leave?
Oh, tomorrow morning. You asked for something quick, I believe?
Shit, tomorrow morning.
Yes.
I don't say that out loud.
Do you want to stay here?
I mean, that sounds dangerous as hell. I mean, if they do track me here.
Other than that, there are no ships here so far that are heading to Cordershoe. There are ships headed towards the Imperium, although that's very few, and they're leaving in a week's time. There's one going to Finfast relatively soon, in 2 days.
But the earliest would be tomorrow morning.
Most of the ships carry goods from the Dwarven Holds to the north, to the northwest, from Independence Pass. Gold, silver, very rich metals, unrefined. They tend to bring them to Finfast. They travel to Luketon, and they take the river all the way up to the Barrowwood, where they are engineered into various things. Lots of smith in the Barrowwood. Or they are shipped to Finfast, to Luketon, and then to Monmill, as they like to avoid the woods. From time to time, they will also be shipped to small villages along the coast from Monpike to Monthorse, and then brought there, because that is a relatively safe area outside of the Spiderwood. He's considering this place up here.
After end in like 10 minutes, but sort of like this. I have to go in like 10 minutes.
We'll end.
So yes, I'll be getting on the ship then tomorrow. Where's the captain so I can iron out? He points
to a captain. You'll meet with him. He's got a large pirate-like tricorn hat. He's got a coat. He's got a long gray beard. He looks old. He's got 2 nice boots on, and he'll look at you and go, "You want to board the Rusty Bucket?" You say?
Yes. Would you be able to accommodate a horse as well, or would that be?
Oh, that would be quite extra. Probably 20 gold for you, another 20 for the horse.
20 gold. Shit.
To take you to Cordershoe, correct?
Correct. How much would it be to take me to all the way to the left? Shieldhelm is the Imperium of Man, right?
Double to go anywhere near the Imperium, but we are not sailing to Shieldhelm. We're sailing to Restport, then to the Minotaurs of Volthran, stopping in Firecap for some of the goods there, and then probably sailing back to Sandcastle to pick up some of their goods and wares, and sail back here again, as our journey would take us.
Yeah. Can I also appraise the opal while I'm here?
Yeah.
Oh, 20 plus my int of 8, I think.
Yep.
Int of 9.
Okay, you appraise it. It appears to be worth probably 10 gold. Mint.
Okay. Shit. Is there any place in town where I can sell the horse?
Yeah, you could sell it to the stable master. He'll take half price. So he
What,
will...
50, 45 gold?
Let's see here. He'll call it, just give me a second. He'll call it 40 even. For your riding horse.
Hmm. Even if I did that, I would only have, what was this? 30, I'd only have 30 gold. I wouldn't be able to do it. I tell the guy that I only really have 30 gold. Would it be possible to make a deal here so I can get to quarter shoe?
He shakes his head. We could just take you, sell the horse, make a nice mint, start off fresh in quarter shoe.
Fuck. This is my fastest means of travel.
Why not just buy another?
Oh, but then when I buy it, I would lose money just buying it back when I get quarter shoe.
I assume.
I only have 20 gold left. No, 15. Yeah, I sell the horse. I tried to negotiate. I said, can you do 51?
Give me a charisma check. Friend, highest I can go is 45.
Okay, 45 is the deal.
He will hand you the 45 gold. He will take the reins to...
What about the saddle?
He'll hand you the saddle. I don't need this. I have plenty of saddles.
Alright, I'll take the saddle anyway. So I should have...
You'll be carrying around a saddle with you?
I offer him how much for the saddle? Because I bought it for 15 gold, I think.
5 gold.
Fine. So he gave me 50.
Hand you 5.
I have 60 gold now. 65. Okay. Then I buy travel. Yeah, I buy travel to. Yeah, there's nothing really in quarter shoe. I make my way to. I travel to Restport.
You're gonna go all the way to Restport?
Right.
He'll charge you double, but I think you can afford it.
40 gold. Yep.
Yep. Okay, you're traveling all the way to the Imperium.
Yep.
Okay, I think we will end this episode by Arya starking it like when she goes to Bravos. You're on the edge of this ship. It's a nice little sloop. Nothing too fancy. It looks to be just a, what is it called? A coastal crawler, essentially. Doesn't look like it could take to open waters, but it can take the coast, which it intends to do, and ship off some islands here and there, and eventually make it to Restport. And I think we'll do the whole.
This was a fucking killer of a session.
Not a lot of success from you, and we found you running away.
I passed all my checks. I literally passed. What was it, 5 this session?
But situationally, you show up normally to 2 people. Show up differently to 2 others, it's a problem.
It is a problem.
But that's our session. We can quickly do XP. Let's see here. You defeated the sheriff. We'll give you 500 base for the session. Don't add any of this yet. I'm going to add it all together and send it to you.
I defeated the ogre, and I did not defeat the ogre.
You did not defeat an ogre or any other creature of the hills. I don't believe you got knocked out by the moss. You don't get XP for that. That would have been a nice prize if you defeated it, but
I have defeated it?
Yes.
Did I do anything else? I don't think I...
Nope.
I fled both encounters. Yeah, I just killed the
I'll
sheriff.
Consider you have made it away for now from the threat at hand. So I'll give you another 200 XP. You can take the thief XP for getting the opal.
So how much? That's the two GP for every 1 GP value.
I think so. I'd have to go check. Just do that. So
I can check. It's fine. And then for every skill, I get something, right?
I believe that could be the case. Is that in the DMG? Do you know, or is it in the top of my head?
Experience.
Might be in the player's handbook. Experience 45. Let's make sure it's not in here. That's in my book, not in the PDF you have. Experience. I'm guessing it's in the player's handbook. Oh, nope, found it. Okay. Per successful use of special ability, 200 XP. That's a lot.
100 XP. Oh, per use?
Yeah.
So times 5 then, man. 1,000.
Okay. You get...
So 1,000 plus 700, 1,700 divided by 2, you know. You boy.
Yep. Do you level in anything?
250, let me check.
Let's see. What, can you tell me your number?
850 each. I'm typing them in now.
4,000 for level 3 fighter.
Nope.
And then for thief, it is 5,000 for level 4.
Yeah. I'm at 35 for each.
3,500?
Yep.
Cool. Looks like you're close. You'll probably level next time for a fighter.
Most likely, yeah.
Unless you die. But now I have to go plan in Restport. I did not expect this. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I mean, like we probably had a whole thing planned in Monmore. That's on me.
I had the city fleshed out. I'm a very I'm a George R. R. Martin type DM. I am a gardener. I will write as we go sometimes.
And you can use it all later.
I didn't want to waste time with a specific plan for Monmore. I have like general ideas, floating around in my head, like, oh, we could do this adventure that I have thought of. But I haven't written anything specific yet, so we're not wasting. I just have the base information for Monmore I've always had. Same for Restport, but we'll pick that up next time. Do you have anything to say to those watching the VODs, Gnome? Or the special little clips?
Kill your witnesses.
Kill your witnesses. Gonna kill a whole brothel? Or,
next time with some Greek fire, yeah.
My lord. Okay, well that won't get you a reputation at all. So guys, this has been our session. You can catch us sometimes streaming this, sometimes recording it on Wednesdays. Tuesday mornings, we have Elred the Shaper doing his conjuration stuff. Watch and like the clips, subscribe, etc. Comment, leave us some feedback on what you liked, what you didn't, and tell Sebastian how nefarious he is as an evil character for murdering or trying to murder more people this session. We'll see how our fighter thief. Also, this HP is not accurate on the thumbnail. You can see he is actually 16 HP. But we'll catch you guys next time, so we'll see you later.
Bye.